Hello, Cancers, and welcome to your February 1st through February 15th reading and predictions. For those of you who are new here, thank you so much for trusting and clicking on this video. And for those of you who are returning, thank you so much for continuing to support this channel. All right, Cancer, stick around all the way until the end. I hope that you have got used to my kind of new feature. We're going to do the yes/no question at the end with the yes/no deck. So, if you are not familiar with this, at the very end of the video, I give you an opportunity to pose a question that requires a yes, no answer. So, if you don't really have a question in mind, maybe pause the video and think about something. Now, I'm just going to check my notes really quick and take a look. So last reading that I did for you, covering the time frame from January the 15th through January the 31st, you were making plans for the future, but there was an emotional reaction that was coming up. You were dealing with it. And the emotion in particular that I was picking up that you were kind of struggling with was jealousy. And you were in the process, late January, um, of exploring your relationship to jealousy. Where was it coming from? Why were you having reactions? Why was jealousy bubbling up for you in your life? And the the gist of the reading was asking you to explore your relationship to your emotions before reacting. That's kind of a big ask, and it's a big lesson because, especially when we're dealing with big emotions like jealousy or anger, we tend to react and ask questions later. And your reading for January was saying ask questions first and then determine whether a reaction is warranted or not. So, Cancer, let's see where you're at now. The first cards that we're going to pull for you are going to be cards that take a look at where you're at now. We've got cards flipping out all over the place. There's quite a few of them. Let's see what comes up for you. Yeah, there's even more coming out. Okay, so that was the last card that came out. We're going to put this one here. This one's next. Then this one came out. We're trying to put them in order that they came out in. Okay, that one and that one. All right, so you actually have 5 cards that have come out here for where you are at now, Cancer. So let's take a look. You have the Two of Wands. Two of Wands is about needing to make a decision about stepping out into the world. What do you want to present out into the world? That is your Two of Wands coming in for where you are at now. You have the Ten of Pentacles. Beautiful. I love it when the Ten of Pentacles comes out. You have made it. You're in a good place. Page of Wands. Page of Wands is about making a decision to kind of put something out there into the world and then actually exploring. Knight of Pentacles, yes, possibly new business riding in, new money riding in, and you have the Hermit coming up for where you're at now. So let's break these down a little bit for you, Cancer, for where you're at now. If we were to be doing this in a personal reading. Again, this is a general reading, so it may not resonate with everyone. It's probably going to resonate with about 2/3 of the Cancers out there. For the other Cancers that it doesn't resonate with, it's because you've either already experienced this or you are not quite there on your journey in order to be able to experience what's coming up in the cards. So just be aware of that. Also, for those of you who are new here, just so you know, I don't edit my videos. If I trip over my words, if cards go flying, it's all part of the experience and it's part of the authenticity that I put out to not only you guys as my viewers, but also my personal clients and yes, I do still see clients one-on-one. Okay. Two of Wands. Two of Wands is indicating that right now where you're at, you are at a good place because you do have the Ten of Pentacles coming in right next to it, but then you have the Page of Wands. These two cards, the Page of Wands and the Two of Wands coming up with the Ten of Pentacles in between, it's telling me that where you're at now, you have a decision to make about how much more you want to put out there in the world. You are in a good place, but it's almost like there's a little bit of boredom setting in for you, Cancer. You're kind of going, okay, well, I wanted to achieve that, and I achieved it. And I wanted to achieve that, and I kind of got there. So what's next? What's kind of on the horizon? What do I want to accomplish next, right? So that's where this Two of Wands is coming in. There's something that you want to make a decision about. You want to put something else out there into the world. Um, and you're coming from a good place to be making that decision from. You're comfortable in your family life, you're comfortable in your finances. Um, and once you actually make that decision, being that it's the Two of Wands, ruled by the element of fire, it means that once you make a decision, you're actually going to be taking action on it, which is indicated by this Page of Wands and then the Knight of Pentacles right afterwards. And the Page of Wands is about actually getting out there and doing. With the approval, I want to say with the approval of family and friends, whatever decision it is that you've made here, you've got the approval and the support of family and friends. Moving into your Page of Wands, you're going out there, but the page has a little bit of naivety in him, right? He's very, very curious and he's like, what's around that? Oh, what's around that corner? Oh, I want to go over there. No, oh, maybe I'll go over here. They can be a little bit indecisive. Okay, so it shows that you're going to make a decision, you have some support, you go out into the world, you're exploring the world, and you're very curious, but there's also a little bit of indecision there, which brings in the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is going to calm things down a little bit for you. And the Knight of Pentacles represents that I'm reading it a little bit differently from the way that it would be read if I was to actually be reading it out of one of the tarot textbooks. But what's I read intuitively as well as reading the cards. And what's coming up for me that as you make this exploration out into the world, Cancer, there's a good possibility that you're going to meet someone that's going to help you with your next career choice or decision. It's going to help you with money. Now, what is coming up for me is if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. And that's why you've got the Hermit coming in at the very end here for you to go into that meditative state, tap into your intuition, withdraw from society ever so slightly to make a decision about the possibility of someone coming in to help you find a new direction for work or career, money. Yeah. So basically, what's coming up just with these first 5 cards in your reading is you're going to make a decision, you're going out into the world, there's some naivety there, I'm picking up that you're going to meet someone who's going to present you with a new opportunity about money or career. And in order for you to determine if that person is being authentic, you're going to be called upon to go into this hermit, go into self a little bit in order to be able to really suss out the validity or the authenticity of an offer that's being presented to you. Let's have a look at what you're actually focusing on. Cancer, focus, February 2024. Uh-oh, that one's on the floor. Like I said, I don't edit. Oh, okay. Queen of Cups coming in. Yeah. The Queen of Cups is about your emotions. It is about a transformation of some kind, a transformation that's near and dear to your heart. Maybe even okay. I've got mentor or counselor coming up, and I've actually got a caveat coming up for some of you. Um, this Knight of Pentacles here, and remember I said I was not reading the Knight of Pentacles the way that you would if you just opened up one of the tarot books and interpreted it specifically in related to that. I had this intuition that somebody would be coming along, you'd be meeting somebody that would have some kind of offer for you. Um, pertaining to work or business, this Queen of Cups coming in kind of has a similar meaning, but what's coming in is this is what you're focusing on. And what's coming in, what you're focusing on is trying to find something romantic. Try to find something that's near and dear to your heart, maybe a romance, and you might be confusing the two. And the saying that I've got coming up in my head, um, for those of you that don't know, my clairaudience has been developing over the last 2 or 3 years. And so sometimes I get these phrases that I'd never use ordinarily in my everyday life. But the phrase that I've got coming in is nary the two shall meet. And in relation to this Knight of Pentacles, which is indicating that someone's coming in with perhaps an offer of work or a different way to make money, they're going to support you in that. You've got the Queen of Cups coming in for what you're focusing on, indicating to me that perhaps Cancer, some of what you're focusing on is maybe finding a romantic partner, and you may be confusing this financial and work opportunity with a possible mentor. Like the Knight has financial opportunity, potentially new boss, maybe mentor or counselor energy. And this has a very romantic energy to it. And that saying is coming in again, nary the two shall meet. In other words, don't mix love and relationship with money and career. They're not meant to mix and mingle. If what you are putting out there to focus on is Queen of Cups energy, and I'm putting up my hand and opening my energy to a new romantic opportunity, then don't at the same time be putting out this energy of wanting to go out into the world and potentially have a new career choice or money making opportunity, or those two are not meant to meet up, Cancer. So I would say going here with your reading is that there's a duality happening for you right now, happening here in the time frame that this video is intended to cover, the beginning of February, that there's kind of this conflict of, I want to put out there that I want a change or a shift in work, but I also want a romance. Don't mix and mingle the two. We're going to take a look at what is challenging you. And I suspect we might get some more answers here. Challenges and difficult influences. Cancer. All right. So we just have the one card that has flipped right out. Let's take a look. Courage. Yeah. Okay. You have the Courage card here. And when is this coming in? 13th, 14th. The number 13 and 14 are coming in. Might be the dates in February where you're going to need some extra courage. You may not be feeling courageous. You may not be feeling like you want to put something out into the world. And so you're being challenged a little bit by yeah. So coming into this reading from January, you were exploring your emotions and you were going to work towards think first, react later with regards to emotions. And then you had all of this excitement coming up of possible new beginnings, going out in the world, making a decision, maybe some new job opportunities. And then you got that muddled with also wanting a new romance, or also wanting a shift in your romance, or in some way, shape, or form, emotions got involved with this Knight of Pentacles, Page of Wands energy, and it's muddled. And then in your difficult influences, you get the Courage card. And the Courage card corresponds to the Strength card. And what's coming up for me is you need to have the strength, Cancer, to not to keep separate. Yeah, they're not meant to meet. You need to keep your emotions out of work, career, and money. And you need to have the strength and the courage to do that. Okay. Messages the universe wants you to hear at this time. Yep. It flipped right over, so I was able to see what the message is. Share it with you in just a moment, but that's why I was saying, yep, there is only one message that the universe wants you to hear at this time, and that is learn from your mistakes. Learn from your mistakes. It ties into this reading because what's coming up for me is I believe that some of you may have in the past had a very strong emotional connection to sorry, I'm just going to pause the video for just a second here. I'm sorry, I didn't want the video to be interrupted by my son coming in and going out. Okay. I'm not saying that all of the Cancers out there have, in some way, shape, or form, mixed work and romance. That's not what I'm saying. For some of you, yes, that's true, but not for all of you. But what I do sense is that Cancers are emotional. They have a tendency to wear their hearts on their sleeves. And they tend to get emotionally attached to a lot, including their job, their career, their money, etc. And again, nary the two shall meet. It came in again. It just keeps coming up over and over and over again in my ear. Nary the two shall meet. Learn from your mistakes. Remember to stay detached from working career when it comes. I mean, it's fine to be very passionate about what it is that you do. By all means, be passionate, love what you do, but don't be so attached to it that you. Okay, there's another audible coming in. Don't be so attached to something about your career that you allow a door to close. That's the audio that I got. I'm thinking that there is an emotional attachment to work or career, whether that be because it's romantic and you like somebody at your job, or whether it just be, oh my God, I love my job so much and I don't want to leave. Be open to other opportunities. There might be something else out there. But if you're emotionally attached and holding on and not using some of your other senses, using the intellect in order to make choices and decisions about money and career, a door may close. All right. Unexpected. I like the unexpected cards. But then again, I kind of like surprises sometimes too. Unexpected for Cancer. And one more. Okay. So, Cancer, the first card that came out for you is the Two of Pentacles. Pentacles represents work and career and money. Twos are all about choices and decisions. This is a card about you needing to make a choice or a decision about your work or your career. And this is also a choice or decision that needs to come from a very earthly place, okay? The Suit of Pentacles is ruled by the element of earth. Get grounded. Don't be out here in the airy fairy. Don't be out in the air. You're going to want to be very grounded in your decision. This card is indicating sometime in early February, you do have a decision to make about work and career. Is your decision going to work out? Are your plans going to work out? Especially these plans at the beginning where you had this, the Two of Wands and all this excitement, maybe some travel, trying to figure out, a new job opportunity coming in. Is everything going to work out? Here is your answer. The Sun. The Sun is considered one of the happiest cards in the deck. Do you have another happy card? Oh, yeah, you do. 10 of Pentacles, yeah. You got lots of happy cards here, so no worries there. It's just about your decision-making processes and how much you are allowing your heart to guide your decisions as opposed to bringing the intellect in. And what I'm hearing, the word that's coming up for me right now is balance, balance, balance. Balance your decision-making with go between your heart and your head. Okay. But the Sun is a happy card, and the Sun is about things working out for you. The sun coming out from behind a cloud and shining rays of sunshine down and everything working out perfectly. So, yeah. Oh, the other message about the Sun is also make sure that you have a gratitude practice coming in, Cancer. If you're not already doing a gratitude practice, please look it up. It's a pretty simple thing to do, but a gratitude practice is usually also called for when the Sun appears in a reading. All right. Final general overall outcome. Let's go over here. Final general overall outcome for Cancer for the first half of February. Oh my. All right. Well, we have about 8 or 9 cards that have come out. So what we're going to do is collect all of those up and shuffle them. But it's going to take me just a moment to collect those up and put them all in order because half of them went on the floor. All right, there's one there. Okay. I think I got them all off the floor. No, I hope I do. Anything else down there? I don't think so. All right. Sorry about that, Cancer. See, it's always fun. Okay, so let's take a look at your final general overall outcome for your reading. All right. Final general overall outcome for Cancer. That one, that one would not come out of my hand, so we're going to pull that one out. Gates of Triumph. Success expands in your life. And is there another card? Yep, that one came out too. Overcoming obstacles. Okay. So you can overcome anything. And this has to do with your belief systems. I do want to point out as well that you have another card here that is about overcoming obstacles. This came up in your difficult influences. You have the Courage card, also known as the Strength card. I want to point out on this card that the reason this image appears on this card is because a small little seed fell between the cracks in these rocks. And yet it still had the courage and the strength to emerge up into a beautiful little flower. Meaning you have the courage and strength to make the changes that you need in order to be able to iron out this nary the two shall meet that keeps coming up in relation to your um, emotions coming into career type decisions. So, anyway, for those of you that don't know, this card has the sword here. I think the name of the sword was Excalibur or something like that. And the story of Excalibur, or this sword in a stone, for those of you who don't know, is whoever was able to pull the sword out of the stone was going to get all sorts of riches and become very famous and be all powerful and so on. And so men lined up for days and days, and they each walked up, and they knew that this sword was stuck in this stone, and anything that's stuck in stone won't budge. And each one of them came up, and they would pull and pull and pull, and it wouldn't come out. And then one day, a little boy walked up, and he walked past, and he just grabbed the sword and pulled it out and walked away. Everyone's like, who? Why was he able to pull it out and nobody else was? Was there some kind of supernatural going on? Actually, there was. He did not have a preconceived notion or a preconceived belief that that sword was stuck in any way, shape, or form. And so out it popped. So, how does this work into your reading, Cancer? Is that if you have a belief that you need to be emotionally attached to your job or to your career in some way, shape, or form, and you need to hold on for dear life, that might not give you the best outcome. In fact, that might give you some obstacles that you might be facing. So instead, let go. Let go of the emotional attachment, and then things flow a little bit more easily. But either way, in your reading, you have the sun and you have the gates of triumph, indicating things are working out for you. Things are going to go your way. All right, we're going to leave off that portion of your reading, Cancer, and we're going to move over to your yes/no question. Let me just get out my cards. For Cancer, yes or no to their question. You may want to close your eyes, repeat your question several times in your mind as I'm shuffling the cards. Yes or no for Cancer? Nope. Yes or no for Cancer? That was not the right card. Definitely not. We want a card to jump out for us. There we go. Okay. Cancer. In response to your question, your answer, according to the cards, is yes. A resounding yes. Okay, Cancers. Thank you so much for being here. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. If this resonated deeply for you, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel so you'll get a notification next time I post a video. Please allow me the honor of doing your next video for you in the middle of February. And with that, thank you so much.